on the video. Billy first said that it was fake. When I showed him that video, it was fake. He didn't think anyone knew we had those videos of him at far range. By the way, not like master investigators. They were just on his phone. We just looked at every single thing on his phone. They had to. They gave it was. We didn't hear about that on his direct testimony. It was subsequent out to deal with. That wasn't word out. If we didn't cross-examine, we never would have known. He was in Los Angeles 2 weeks before. 9mm shell casings popping back into his head as he's firing. And he lied about it, perjured himself. There's only one reason to lie about that. Heard about the magazine. We'll get to that magazine. The Block 43, Mr. Chris Long spent a lot of time on today. And there was no effort made to test. I heard the judge instructed that 2 weeks, I think it's 3 weeks ago now, he instructed there'll be no testing on that. 3 weeks ago. Right after the trial started. 3 weeks ago. No testing. Here, going forward. Great. That's January 2025. What about 2021? 2022. Well, not 2021, so it'll cover 2022. 2022, 2023, 2024. 3 years they had to take that magazine that they recovered and test it to the bullets recovered. They didn't do that. They spent their efforts having a ballistics expert come in and show you a very nice PowerPoint presentation, which in the end proved only that the shell casings possibly, there's a word again, possibly came from an aftermarket slide for a firearm frame that could possibly have been compatible with the Glock 43, or not possible. I mean, literally, that was the import of that testimony. Possibly it could have come from an aftermarket slide for a firearm frame that could have possibly, this is his testimony, possibly been compatible with the Glock 43 magazine, or possibly not. That was the ballistics expert's testimony. Possibly or possibly not is definitely not proved beyond reasonable doubt. In any event, Lou Levin told you that the Glock 43 magazine was his. He explained why it was his. Whether they want to mock him, mock his answer, he was in Rocky's house after they planned to go to a shooting range. He told you he had bought it. He owned the Glock 42. And magazines are stored all next to 42s, 43s, and all that stuff. Lou told you. I don't know anything about this stuff, personally. But he went to the store to buy accessories. He mistakenly read a Glock 43 magazine because they're all different models of Glock. The magazines are all stored together. So he told you he didn't realize it until he tried to load it at Rocky's house in preparation to go to a shooting range. And then when his .38 caliber Glock 42 ammunition didn't fit, he tried 9mm ammunition from his Smith & Wesson, which he did from his testimony. And because that magazine didn't fit any of his firearms, he left it at Rocky's house. Why? Why not return it? He told you. It was over an hour away from where he purchased the thing. It would have cost more in gas than the $20 it cost for that magazine. But one thing we know, despite all the questions from the prosecution, Mr. Lewis, they did absolutely nothing to refute or contradict his testimony. Absolutely nothing. This is true. I mean, at one point, he told you that magazine was never used. We have it here. He told you it was never used. The pages back, the yellow evidence with you. But the reason he told you it was never used is he's got a picture that he looked at it. There's not a scratch on this thing. It's a piece of plastic. It's a cheap piece of plastic. That's why it costs $20. He told you it was never used. Because if you put this into a steel gun, a block, this is going to scratch.
There's no evidence for that.
Oh, 11. 3 years to test it. 3 years to test this. They didn't do it. Not only did they not connect really showcases to the magazine in Rocky's house, they didn't connect those showcases to Rocky himself. And that's important. You heard that law enforcement submitted those showcases for fingerprint analysis and found absolutely none on there. And I asked the before to see if you could find fingerprints on a piece of metal, right? It's pretty easy to guess. So they submitted Rocky's fingerprints for fingerprint analysis against the showcases. And they found none. So they tried to make excuses for that. That's another fact that's not good. So they tried to make excuses like, that was bullets. We show this one recovery. Claim to recover at the scene, by the way, at 11:45. GPS that. Anyway. They claim, Victor Flores said, yes, you do get fingerprints. My fingerprints are all over this thing right now. Okay? So yes, you'll get fingerprints on the showcase, all those empty portion. But then they said, well, there was a reason why you wouldn't get fingerprints. And he said, yeah, there could be. So that's one that was, yes, rain, water, cars, and even wind. Imagine that. Maybe wind wipe the fingerprints off the showcase. Imagine. So now my fingerprints are on this thing. Oh, there goes my fingerprints. Are you kidding me? Wind? Wind knocked the fingerprints off the showcase. That's an excuse. It's not a fact.
Yeah, just an excuse for trying to justify his prints were on him, but these things wiped his prints off. There's no proof that his prints are on those bullets.
There was one other explanation by
and those shell cases. Come on now, y'all think any means necessary to convict the man? Innocent man?
Fingerprints off the shell cases. That could do it. And you know that after those shell cases were Alex, now where am I? Recontamination. The detective said that recontamination, like someone wiping fingerprints off the showcase, that could do it. And you know that after those showcases were fired, the only person that had consented to wipe it clean would have been Roman before he gave it to the police. Just like he wiped his phone thing of threatening messages to Rocky. We'll get to that. They bring that out. We have to do that. So Roman wants you to believe his fingerprints weren't on them because he supposedly went to Dunkin' Donuts to get a bag to pick them up with. And you know that's not true. If there's no Dunkin' Donuts open at 11 p.m. at night, especially during COVID. Well, you decide if that testimony's correct.
There's no testimony. They say she's sustained about when Dunkin' Donuts are open. The jury's job is to decide the credibility of the witnesses, including all testimony that is given by that witness.
So here's what the witness said, and it's your job to decide. Bang. He said, I went to Dunkin' Donuts at 11 o'clock at night, got a paper bag from Dunkin' Donuts at 11 o'clock at night in Hollywood. And that's the bag I used to put the bullets in that had no fingerprints on it. You determine the credibility of that statement. He came in and told you that. You also heard that law enforcement took Rocky's DNA, took his DNA, despite Detective Flores saying that DNA was necessary as part of their investigation. He had to swear that to the judge. they never compared it to the shell casings. Or even the magazine recovered in Rocky's house. That might help. They didn't do that. For that matter, you know that Relly's 9mm shell casings were different than the 9mm shell cartridges found in that magazine. We've seen that picture a few times. Completely different brands. The ones in the Relly said he found were Federal cartridge. Blue Lemon's cartridges were made by Sig Sauer. Completely different.
Trying to get the camera
That
straight.
point, your magazine was never used, was fully loaded, meaning 2 cartridges were not missing from it, but they were different bullets anyway, so it doesn't matter. There doesn't be any question that that locked magazine in Rocky's house was not the magazine seen in the video on November 6, 2021. All you have to do is look at your own eyes. All you have to do is look at your own eyes. So get into this part, get to stop, and we'll get this go through this last thing. The Glock magazine, seen in the video, is different. The Glock magazine recovered, which we just showed you, actually, is a Glock 43 and it's black. Black, that's the magazine. The magazine that you're going to see in Rocky's Top Gun on November 6th was not black. It was extended, as Lou Levin told you, a little more intimidating, because it was a little big Glock. And if you look at it, you're going to see what it was. But don't forget, Trophy and Lou both said, and the prosecution sort of mocked it somehow in their summation. They said, oh, conveniently they both identified the belt and the extended magazine. So they both could identify, you know, the thing. They conveniently came up with these 2 different things that would be able to say it was the same product. Not conveniently. Look at the picture. That's what it was. Lou put it together and probably saw it. That's the magazine. And, okay, I know we're doing it now. Okay. That's the, we'll use that point again, Carl. Oh, that's too on the screen. Yeah. Sorry. Did everyone see here? No, okay. Anyway. That's the magazine recovered. Here's the prop gun. I'm going to try and do this where. How about now? We good? All right. That little thing at the end is the belt clip. That's a clip. And that's what Lou Levin described. Here's what you see. This thing, this clear, silvery looking thing, is the extended magazine that Lou Levin described, that Trophy described. It's part of this Glock prop gun, and it's the extended magazine. So it makes this thing look bigger, and they both described it as clear. This is the first time, because if you play this in real time, you'll never see that thing. We stopped it. And so here is the magazine, the extended magazine, to make this thing look bigger, and it's clear. It's not masked. It's clear. Okay.
Yes, so there you have it. You know, picture of the prop gun.
Yeah, all right.